So, before we begin, I just want to say we have reached 100 subscribers. Man, I'm so happy. Honestly, I'm just so thankful. It has been a year or so since I started making videos, and I know this probably seems like nothing compared to other, other creators out there who probably make much more than I do in a year, but to me it means the world, really. So, I just want to thank all 100 of you. It has been great. So, yeah, let's get on with the video now.
Hey everyone, Yakumalink here, and I finally finished Master Detective Archive's Rain Code. I love this game. I did a Let's Play of it, link in the description, and I can't wait to see where Kodaka will take this world next. I have a lot of thoughts on the ending. For the most part, the end of the game cleared up all the loose ends and tied everything up in a neat little bow. However, it also set up a lot of things that could possibly be potentially relevant if we ever get a sequel. That's what this video is all about. I'll be analyzing the end of the game and trying to figure out how things will play out in a possible Rain Code 2. As should be obvious, this video will include massive spoilers for the final case of Rain Code, so if you haven't finished the game yet, go do that and then come back to this video. If you have finished the game, or you just don't care, then let's begin. First of all, that's definitely not what the title of the game is going to be. The name Rain Code works for this game because the mystery of the unending rain in Kanai Ward is such a central part of the story. Now that that whole mystery is cleared up, there's not much reason for the next game to have Rain in the title. They'll probably keep Master Detective Archives the series name and have a different subtitle, like Sun Code or something. Hopefully it's not that sounds dumb. Now let's get into the plot. The very last scene of Rain Code left us with one main question. Who is this girl? In the final scene after the credits, we see Yuma, aka Number 1, aka actually not anymore, investigating what appears to be a kidnapping case, or at the very least a missing person case. We see a worried mother running around talking about how her daughter is missing. The missing girl in question is named Enna Nimianan. Following the tradition of weird-ass names, I see. This character is definitely going to be important in some way, otherwise they wouldn't have made an entire character design and given her a name. What role she might play is beyond me. Maybe she'll be the next protagonist, maybe she'll just be support. What's clear is that she is important. One thing I noticed is that she's wearing the same brand of clothes that Yuma wears in the game. Makes me wonder if she might have some relation to him. Normally I wouldn't assume that based on a brand of clothes, but it's not like we see anyone else wear anything like this in the game aside from Yuma, so who knows. On the topic of the next protagonist, I highly doubt Yuma will be the protagonist again. I think we can all agree that there's one character who's been clearly set up for the main role in the future. That's right! Tetsuhiko! Oh, I cannot wait! No, wait, no, never mind. Kurumi! At the end of Rain Code, Kurumi leaves Kanai Ward to go find Yuma, and one of the items she takes with her on her trip is the Book of Death, with Shinigami presumably still inside. Where she got the book is anyone's guess. Maybe Yuma gave it to her after the final labyrinth? This has led people to believe that the next game will feature Kurumi as the protagonist, as she eventually awakens Shinigami from the book, and the two work together to find Yuma. This would be good for developing their dynamic, given how mean Shinigami was to her during the game. It'd be nice to actually see them talk to each other for the first time. It would also make up for the fact that Kurumi never got to go inside the Mystery Labyrinth, although I don't know how that's gonna work considering the way Shinigami's pacts work. Who knows, maybe she'll make an exception if it's to reunite with her master. Something else to note is that Yomi is still out there, and he is absolutely coming back for more. Last we saw of him, he angrily declared that we hadn't seen the last of Yomi Hellsmile, so he's definitely going to be the main antagonist again in the sequel. If that is the case, then I hope we get to see Martina again. Maybe she'll play a more supportive role after her heel-face turn last time. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of the other Peacekeepers from the first game return. After all, we never technically saw any of them die, despite the implications. If Martina can escape her execution, I don't see why they couldn't have. Please just give me more Guillaume and Dominic. They were so robbed in the game. Same goes for Seth, actually. Another character I could see making his return is Makoto. After he redeemed himself at the end of Rain Code, it'd be nice to see what he's up to now. He is still the CEO of Amaterasu. I wonder if he's actually helping to make the company good again. Of course, it's also highly likely we'll see a brand new face take on a villain role. I'm also wondering what Yuma's role in the next game could be. He apparently quit his position as number 1 and became an ordinary detective, solving cases around the world. Maybe he'll act as more of a mentor figure from now on? It's possible that Yuma might not even show up until the very end of the story, much like a certain other protagonist before him. On the topic of number 1, another question I'd like to have answered is who took over the position? It's possible that Hawaru or Vivia became number 1 after the events of the game. I hope to God it isn't Tetsuhiko or Fubuki. Actually, it might not be any of those. With the position of number 1 now open, we have a perfect opportunity to introduce a new character. A brand new face that could have some kind of importance to the story. The next game is also an opportunity to expand on the world of the first. I highly doubt the game will take place in Kanai Ward. The mystery of that city is over and done with. I'd like the next one to take on an entirely new setting, maybe something akin to this comparatively sunny town we see Yuma investigating at the end, although considering Kurumi's status as a homunculus, that might be a bit difficult. Now let's talk about something a little crazier. I think it's possible that Yako Furio will be making an appearance in the sequel. But wait, didn't Yako die in the first game? Well, not entirely. He became a homunculus zombie, sure, but he's still alive, and in his DLC case, the ghost of his dead wife gave him this thing. A pill that supposedly fixes the homunculus brain cells, meaning if Yako takes this pill, he just might go back to how he was before. Hell, if he can find a way to copy it, who knows what the implications of that could be. Of course, I don't know how likely it is for all of this to happen in one game, while still introducing new characters and having standalone casing. I don't think everything I've said here will happen, but I'd like to see some of these ideas expanded on. Regardless, I'm sure Konaka has plans for where to take this universe next, and I couldn't be more excited. If you guys have any ideas, feedback, or anything to say on the topic, then be sure to leave a comment below. I will reply. So, until then, this has been Kumalink, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!